I'm still a little bit sick, but I wanted to talk about something real important right now. I mean, maybe it's the most important thing that I ever said. I got a million of these videos recorded. I don't know how many I've published up to now, but man, I got quite a few of these bad boys here. This weekend, I was, doing some quite bad decisions, if you ask me. Bad decisions that I'm used to be doing, right? We're talking like, going through the night, and then go to sleep 5, 6 a.m. and then waking up 2 p.m. or something like that, wasting the whole day, eating shit I wasn't supposed to eat, buying things I wasn't supposed to be buying. So I've been doing some bad decisions, which is my regular, really. And I got all these issues outside of it. My college is, waiting for me to do something, right? Because, when Saul Goodman graduated from the Samoa University, I think it was something like that. And he did it, in distance. And I mean, that's how I'm doing it. And but my college hasn't heard anything from me ever since I started. I don't do shit for the college. I've just been paying it and doing nothing about it. And not because I don't want to, partly because I don't want to, but hear me out. Who's really into studying? Who's really into studying something that they don't really even like, just for the sake of having that paper, just for the sake of having a possibility of income. There's all these issues. Today's Monday. I should be at work already, but here I am. I wanted I wanted to dress up and everything to get to work before I recorded this video, but I like to record these videos at my worst, so that's my worst. All of this is my worst, right? Oh, but don't get me wrong, you wouldn't see any difference at all, because I'm just not that good looking, and because I don't take too much care of myself. I think you can peep this idea just by looking at me, taking a glance at this Greek god in front of you. Let's cut to the chase here, shall we? What I wanted to say in this video is that I think I'm actually a demon, and not in a good way. I've heard people using this expression in a good way, like it's good to be a demon, but that's just how the world is. I'm not gonna change the world by now, but yeah, people are going around saying, make a double kill in League of Legends, and suddenly they're like, I'm a demon, man, fuck you, man, fuck you, bro. You don't even know what a demon is, bro. That's not a good thing, bro. I feel like this thing where I got so many bad decisions back to back to back, and it looks like I couldn't do anything differently. It feels like physically it's almost impossible for me to go on the opposite way of these of how I feel about things, about my brain feels about things. So when I think about, a McDonald's or something like that, when I think about how tasty everything is, when I think about how tasty the ice cream is, when I think about how I want to, win a League of Legends match, how I want to keep listening to these musics that I'm listening right now, what it feels to, do what I was supposed to do. I mean, such a bore to do this. I've been thinking about, possessions a lot lately, because I read in the Bible some years ago, that it was like, people that were physically sick were treated as they were possessed back then. I think that's something that I think that is something that really, really happened. And I'm not saying that it's wrong, nor that it's right. I'm just saying that's how it went. So there was this guy. It's not written in the Bible that he had epilepsy, but his symptoms were like it. Many Bible versions treat this particular passage. I don't know how you guys say it, but this specific segment, like it is about some guy with epilepsy, right? And he were treated like he was fucking possessed. People were saying that he was possessed. Even Jesus himself, when he gets to heal him, he was healed like he was possessed. So and there is all of these studies that I've came across on the internet that correlates demons to parasites, right? Like, because if you really think about it, demons are parasites, really, because they possess you and they feast on everything there is to be bad and horrible inside of you. I don't know really if that's true or not. I don't think I think they do exist, because it's not like Christianity is alone on this fucking shit. Every single religion in the world says that there is demons, some kind of demons or evil spirits, right? So the Bible's not alone in this wallow, bro. Everyone in the road say that this shit exists, bro, so it might as well be true, right? It could explain, some things that happen in the real world, and how everyone is bad, and how everyone is a fucking cutthroat. That made me think that I might be a demon, really, or I might be possessed in some way, because there's something inside me feasting in all of these bad decisions. It's strange how I know what's right, and I choose to do the wrong thing seems so stronger. Think about addictions, right? Before you say I'm coping, before you say I'm like, looking for something to blame, no, man, I've blamed myself all along for this. I'm just, having a train of thought right here for the why. Think about addictions. You might be addicted to something. I don't know. You might be addicted to something and you don't even know it. You think it's normal, or you think you like it. Anyway, think about addictions. A guy knows that is wrong. He isn't in the right, and it's not good for his overall health if he keeps doing drugs, or if he keeps taking steroids, or if he keeps doing heroin, meth. He knows that he's fucking himself up from the inside without any gaining whatsoever. He's not advancing in anything whatsoever. I mean, aside from the steroids, if you know what I mean, but forget about it. I'm just joking. But yeah, a guy know that it's fucking his mental and his overall health up, and he still keeps doing it. It happens all the time. You've probably seen it happen. Probably it's happening with yourself currently. Probably it's currently happens with yourself. So this shit happens, and it's happening to me as well. What is the thought behind it? I mean, what's the basis, man? Because it's so illogical, It's so irrational. You don't want to do something. At the end of the day, you can, get to a point where you don't really want to do it, but you really want to do it, from the inside. I don't want to eat any more ice cream. I've had plenty, man. I'm fucking my health up. I'm afraid to take exams because I know I'm gonna, they're gonna come up as, hey dude, you need to stop fucking yourself up, right? The results. But I keep every single fucking week, twice a week at least, I keep going to that fucking ice cream shop and a full box of ice cream all by myself, man. That is craziness. And I never did it in my life before. So yeah, that looks like, after some thought, that really looked like demonic behavior, if you know what I mean. Maybe there's some evil spirit fisting for my mistakes, probably making me do some even worse decisions, because they fist in every sin I commit. They feast on how badly I feel about myself how badly I make others feel about myself, you know. So yeah, that would make completely fucking sense, man. If that's really the case, because sometimes it looks like something that you just can't win on your own, right? I've been battling this shit for, you know, months, maybe years now. There is some issues that I have since I was a fucking child. Maybe possession is not that, you know, grotesque thing that the movies made you. Maybe possessions are just, you know, the most fucking, you know, regular shit in the world that you don't even know it, right? You know, you could meet a half a dozen possessed people on the street and you wouldn't even know, and homeless people might be possessed, you know. You might see a homeless guy, you know, do some drugs, you know, freaking out, crashing out in the middle of the street, screaming like a madman, and, you know, he could be possessed. But you could also, you know, that aunt of yours that, you know, is jealous of your mother, jealous of your another aunt, jealous of anyone else in the family that's doing, you know, better than her in life, you know, and could be jealous, and she could be possessed too. Or, you know, maybe that cousin of yours that, you know, lie constantly and is addicted to, you know, gambling, and these people could be possessed too. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say possessed, because if the Bible is right, we are born evil. If we're born naturally evil because sin is something that you inherit from your parents, then it would make sense that, you know, everyone has an issue. So everyone could have an issue, or at least could be, you know, inclined to make some bad decisions and to acquire some issues. But when something gets out of control, that I think it's my case, I think we could really start talking about possession, man. Which is crazy. Because, I mean, I take a look at myself in a mirror, and all I see is a shell, you know? Because that's not me. That couldn't be me. I mean, that's the me that makes horrible decisions every single day of his life. Yeah, man. That can't be my final form, my true self. I think I can evolve to something much better, much better. I mean, look at me, little bro. Look at me, man. This can't be it. This won't be it. That's not it. I know that's not it, because when you get to know yourself and everything and everything that's going wrong inside of you, you start seeing you start seeing the alternatives, you know. So there's an alternative where I don't do this bad shit, or I don't do, you know, I don't eat ice cream every single day of my life, where I don't poison myself with, you know, junk, sludge, where I am running and doing calisthenics, that, you know, that's something I really like. I've been doing it, I've been trying to do it for a long time now, but, you know, I only managed to convince myself to get up and do it every once in a while, because, you know, it's hard to convince a demon to do a good thing, right? It's hard to convince a demon to do something that's good, you know, that makes you feel good and actually pushes you forward. But anyway, sometimes I convince myself to do it, and turns out I really like it. I like running. I like doing calisthenics. I like doing these things. They're cool. If I possessed, then according to the Bible, what I could do, I don't have that much of an idea. I'm not gonna lie to you, sports fans. Those guys were, you know, deleting demons in the name of Jesus in a blink of an eye, you know, back in the day. Those guys were like, you know, man, get the fuck out of this body, bro. It doesn't belong to you. In the name of Jesus Christ, go back to where you belong, bitch. And then, you know, the people would be healed, you know. Those guys were, you know, they weren't fucking around with demons in the you know, the New Testament, right? Those guys weren't messing around, bro. They were making those demons homeless, bro. Yeah, but they're not around anymore, so yeah, I don't think they are, man. I don't think there's people that do that nowadays, man. Everyone's just, you know, so fucking evil. The thing is, I think I've read somewhere in the Bible that, you know, if you made, what is it called, man? Fuck, I don't know the English word for it. Let me make a quick. I'm sorry, you might have heard this. The beginning of a Krauser edit. Yeah, turns out I'm the only Krauser fan alive in this world currently. That is Jack Krauser from Resident Evil 4, if you're asking. I presume you don't know him because I don't think anyone does. Let's see, how's it called? Fasting. That can't be it, man. Is that how you pronounce it?
Intermittent fasting.
Fasting? You guys call this fasting? But isn't like fast when you go really, really fast? What the fuck do you guys mean fasting, bro? What the fuck? Fasting to me is what the Flash does, you know? Man, what the fuck is English anyway, man? Well, who am I? Who am I to say something about it? So I've been doing, I've read somewhere in the Bible that, you know, fasting and praying could help you expel some demons. I don't remember exactly where it was written, but I'm pretty sure it was. You know, aside from the Messiah himself, you know, raising his hand above you and, you know, force blasting the demons away from your body. Aside from that, I think you could. I think fasting and praying is, you know, I think it's the matter. We don't have the Messiah right here. He's not here yet. He might be coming back, but he is coming back though, and that's what the Bible says. So if we can, you know, brute force blast those evil spirits away from us, you know, so we can be free from addiction, free from, you know, compulsiveness, free from, you know, bad thoughts and bad feelings, man. I think fasting and pray, it's the matter. It's the matter, guys. We gotta try it. We gotta try it. Because if we try to live with those demons, or, you know, maybe if we try to, you know, move them away ourselves, that's not gonna fucking work, man. Because, you know, when you're a slave to sin, it's like the demons are here, and bro, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're here. You're a slave to these guys, bro. You gotta make it differently, man. You gotta live your life by your own beliefs, man. You gotta do what you wanna do, what you really, really wanna do, and you have to wanna do good things, man. Good things for yourself, for your people, you know. You gotta, you know, like running. You gotta like, you know, making a decent job, wherever the fuck you do in life or you wanna do in life. Man, you gotta do, you know, good and real good, not good by, you know, being moved by the tastiness of food, or, you know, the pleasure of sex or anything like that, man. That's not gonna lead you any fucking where, man. But what do I know, right? Just kidding, I know that for a fact, actually. Yeah, man, the dots are being connected right here, bro. The dots are being connected. Man, that hot ass room. Anyway, I'm so fucking late to work. I already lost half the shift. Everyone is thinking that I'm not going, but I'm gonna show up. Just, you know, just for, you know. No, man, I'm here today, bro. You know, I'll have to, you know, put some sort of, you know, Saul Goodman fucking performance for them to not fire me on the fucking spot, right? Anyway, next video I'm bringing, you know, the results if I'm fired or not. But I won't. I'll do some fasting and some praying, and I won't be fired, bro. Anyway, I really think those things are all true, man. The demons, the possessions, the fasting, the praying, the Bible, I think that shit is all true, man. Because when I was rock bottom, I mean, I currently am, but yeah, I could go deeper than that, man. You didn't see me at my worst, man. This is my currently worst, but, you know, of all time, this is my fucking best, man. I'm on my fucking best, and that's crazy for you to hear, you know, since every single video I look fucking miserable, right? But yeah, when I was at my really worst overall, you know, the worst I've been in my life, that was the only thing that kept me together, was faith, you know. I think the more I got better, the more I lost faith, you know. I've put it away. I've put it on a shell, you know, because I'm not on the verge of, you know, collapsing. Sometimes I do, but you know, not any close than that period. No. I'm better. So yeah, anyway, just wanted to talk about it. I think that's the cold and harsh truth, and I'll be trying to work around it. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I think that was my grandpa. Good thing I know English, right? And he doesn't. So I can say whatever the fuck I want, and he doesn't understand a thing. I think that's him, right? Yeah, that's him, bro. I can say whatever the fuck I want, and he won't know shit. Grandpa, I love you. I hate you. Pops, I'm talking to you, man. Why are you ignoring me, little bruh? See? He doesn't know shit. Oh, man. That's so evil. Yeah, I might be possessed, guys. I might be possessed. Just kidding. Anyway, that's really about it. And, fuck it. I'm not imitating Penguin Z0 in every outro. I'll just, you know, cook my own outro. I don't have it today, guys. I'm sorry. So you're gonna leave with the blunt force.